Hey, hey, everybody. It is Terrific Tuesday. So, what does that mean? That means it's time for Church Girl Rants.
Yeah.
We are so happy to have you all here tonight. We just came from Instagram Live. Yeah, so if you miss us on Instagram Live, we need y'all to jump on there. We usually try to get there on 7:30, right before we are here. So yeah, make sure that you join us there before joining us here and join in the fun, the hilarity, everything that we have going on over on Instagram because we
Yes.
have so much fun there. If this is your first time joining us, whether you're on YouTube or whether you're on Facebook, I want you to throw up some hearts, hit that like button, let us know that you are here so we can say hello to you, so that we can welcome you here. We are so happy. Hey, Helen, thanks so much for joining.
Hi,
Appreciate having you
Helen.
here.
Hello.
This is Church Girl Rants, where y'all we rant about everything, whether it is
Yeah.
relationships, whether it is church culture, whether it is world culture, events that are happening. We're gonna chop it up. We're gonna laugh about it. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna discuss it. We're not always gonna agree about it.
Exactly.
No.
But that's the beautiful thing. We are three separate individuals. We got our own minds, our own experiences. And so we are going to tell you how we feel about it. Now, I feel, you know how people, church people get all deep. I feel led. I didn't say by the Holy Ghost or nothing like that. But you know how we always led to do something. I want to say this at the top of the show. This is a commentary show. That's what this is. And so when I say commentary, that means we're giving you our opinions. Unless I
Yes.
pull up scripture and say this is what the word says about it, everything you hear me say will be my straight opinion. That means that you can have your own opinion. You don't have to agree with anything that I say because you have your own mind. That's why God gave it to you so you can make your own decisions. So please don't make decisions based on what we say. Just take it for face value. Now, if you see wisdom in what we say, because we do like to offer wisdom from the experiences that we have had in our lives, so we will give you sound wisdom. We don't come on here just shooting off because we are all ministers of the gospel, so we're not going to tell you nothing stupid. But it is commentary. So we always want to start saying that at the top of the show so y'all know, like, if
Right.
y'all don't agree, like, it's okay. Like it really is, unless I say in First Peter 4:3, then you know, okay, we don't get an opinion about God's word. We don't get that, but everything else is our opinion.
Oh
So
God.
I know,
I,
right?
right. I have two wonderful ladies with me, Chrissy and Sharon. They are beautiful and wonderful
Hello.
women that God has blessed, God has anointed, and we have so much fun
Too
on this
much.
show. Learning from each other, learning from you all, which is why we love having you all here because we learn so much from you as well. So be sure to let us know in the comments if you have any commentary to add. And so at the top of the show, we always have our question of the
Question of the
day.
day.
And our question of the, I had a question of the day on Instagram, but we're gonna switch it up a little bit. And our question of the
Uh
day
oh.
is gonna be different here on Facebook and YouTube. And so, um, y'all, I hear, because I deal a lot in singles ministry, I hear a
Mm-hmm.
lot of questions from women that are believing God for husbands and they want to, do it God's way. And so this question was posed in a group that I'm in, and the young lady wanted to know, how does God feel about online dating? Is God okay with online dating? Is it a sin to date online, just to have all these profiles all over the place? And so I wanted to ask our panel,
Hmm.
what do you think about online dating?
Hey, Frida.
Good question. It's a good question because I'm gonna tell you straight up how I'm feeling it right now. there is nothing in the Bible that talks about online dating because it was written before online dating.
Right.
So I think, I mean, it could be good.
I'll say it for you, Chrissy.
Excuse me.
I don't think God cares.
That's
I
what I'm
don't.
saying.
I really don't think He cares.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
really don't. I don't think He gives a hill of beans of
yeah,
On
yeah,
how you meet him.
oh how you meet Him. You know, He said He that finds a wife. He didn't
that's
say
it.
that He had to find you at the church on your knees praying and speaking in tongues. Come
Right.
That's
on,
it.
you
Right.
know. I don't think He cares. I
Mm-mm,
don't think that
mm-mm.
God gets into those little minute details like we
Mm-hmm.
try to put Him in so many times.
Mm-hmm.
I think so many
Very
times
true.
we're like, I'm waiting on God to just show me my husband, but you stay in the house for 24 hours, 7 days a week.
That part, that
Yes.
part. How could you ever find him?
So
Well, he find
how
you.
you waiting on God? What you waiting on Him to do? What is He
He's
bringing
gonna be
you
the DoorDash
Instacart?
guy.
The
Look,
door that
Instacart. Yep. Grubhub.
Domino's pizza.
Right.
exactly.
You know? And I'm just like, we put so much on God, and that's God is not caring about some of this stuff that we try
So
to put
true.
on, in his lap and say, I'm waiting on God, and I'm waiting. God has to speak to me. And, I didn't feel, the spirit when I turned around 3 times and touched my neighbor twice and ran around and I stood in the $1,000 line. And I'm still
That
believing God though. What? I,
That is,
I know,
I
right?
don't understand.
yeah. I do think that we do super spiritualize a lot of things that are
We
just
do.
natural.
We do.
Attraction is natural. So whether
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah.
find him, Sharon, like you said, in the grocery store, whether you find him at the library, whether he
Yeah.
is a coworker, whether he is whatever, I don't think that it's that big a deal, because when the Bible was written, they were doing arranged marriages. It
Correct.
really
Yeah.
wasn't he that finding a wife. It was your mama said, "Hey, go down there, Laban, my uncle.
That's right.
He got some
Yeah.
daughters.
Yeah.
Go pick you out one."
Right.
Well, actually, send his
Yes.
servant. Go pick out one for him. Get
Right.
him a
Yeah.
good one.
Right. You're gonna
So
have to work for 'em. Look, you
right,
might have to work for a couple of these women, but
yeah, yeah. He didn't tell you you got to work 14 years for the one you want, but
right.
but we make it like so whatever, and so I mean, and I'll just be transparent. I've done online dating before. Um, it wasn't my cup of tea. But I know
Yeah.
people that
I
have
haven't
done it and
tried
are
it yet.
married.
Yeah, I haven't
So it
tried it
works from
yet. Maybe I need
people.
to.
Some people it works for. Some people it doesn't work for.
Yeah.
I think it depends on, first of all, your level of comfort.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
because people can be anything or be who they want to be
Behind the
behind
screen.
a screen. So
Exactly.
it's
Y'all
it's
better look at y'all better look at catfish. Y'all better look
yeah.
at it.
So
That is something.
it's a whole nother level. But I tried it. I prefer, not to saying that I wouldn't try it again. I don't know, but I prefer meeting somebody face to face because it's easier for me to
Yeah.
discern who you are in your presence than it is
Mm-hmm.
like you trying to discern these letters on this keyboard. It's a little different. Or even
Right.
FaceTiming is different.
Yeah, especially when they
So,
don't want to FaceTime. When they
oh
don't want
no.
to FaceTime and they tell you that the camera's broke and all those different things like that, that's the ones you really gotta watch out for because they not who they said they were. And I've got plenty of guys that try to talk to me that way, or they'll pull a picture. So now I take those pictures and put it on that Google thing and search the picture to see if the guy is really who he say he is.
Wait
And
a minute. How does
everything.
that work? School us right
Well,
here. How
it's
does that work?
it's like these. It'll be a guy send me. He's sending me a friend request, and okay, we start talking. He's saying these nice things, and but I take his picture. I'll save his pictures in my phone, drop it in. It's like a Google. It's a Google image search, and it'll pull up images. So I've been able to find the guy out that was supposedly was interested in me, and the conversation was amazing for like a few days. And I
Mm-hmm.
was feeling all excited, but when I found out that he was really using this other guy's picture, found the dude on Instagram, sent him the information, telling him that this dude is scamming him. Yeah, and so the dude was like, "Chrissy, can you go in and report it?" Because the dude was scared. And I said, "Lord, this man is so fine. I should have known. I should have known that it was
Oh
not.
my
I should have known that it
gosh.
was not him." Yeah, but
Oh,
so I have been doing that with every guy, and and then I go back and tell them, "You're fake, and you're using somebody else's picture," and to shut it down just that quick. Yeah.
wow. See, and y'all
See?
have to pray for me
Mm-mm,
because I'm so
mm-mm.
I'm probably too old school because like first of all, I don't get a lot of inboxes, and the ones I get, I
Okay.
ignore. Because I'm like, yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
And so I was telling her I'm so closed on some fronts
Yeah.
because I guess in my mind I have a way that I would like to be approached, and it's not through
Yeah.
my inbox. Now watch how
Right.
God might just anyway, but anyway. So, and if you tell me we can't FaceTime, we can't talk.
Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah.
That's a flag in itself. If
It
you
yes,
is.
say, yeah, my camera's broke, I can't FaceTime you. Yeah, no, flag on the play.
yeah.
It's a
Mm-mm.
lie. It's
Like
a
you
Flag
got
on
a
the
lie.
play.
phone,
Yep.
Yeah.
your phone work. I mean, your camera work
Your
on your
phone work.
phone. You
Thank
lying?
you.
I'm
Thank you.
sorry.
Look, my phone just takes selfies. It doesn't do video.
That
What?
lies you tell.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
That means you got a liar to start off with,
Thank you.
right?
Thank you.
And what
Yeah.
does God hate? All
A
liars gonna have
lie.
their part. Out of all the seven
Exactly.
sins, lying was number one. So yeah,
Exactly.
no, I don't do
Yeah.
liars.
Yeah, so I just say, online dating, I don't think God cares. I
No,
really
No.
don't. I
no,
think whatever you prefer and whatever is comfortable for you.
right.
I'm like Chrissy, I've never tried it,
Yeah.
because uh, I don't want to go to jail because I mean y'all coming up doing all this craziness, and look, don't be playing with my emotions. I take my
That
emotions
part.
seriously.
Yes.
Well,
So
and
Yes.
let me.
and here's the thing, you can be when I said you can be who you want to be on those dating
Hmm.
apps. To me, that's the part that you don't know. Um,
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
because they're
it's
not.
relatively safe if you are a safe person
yeah,
because you
Hmm.
don't initially you're not giving out your phone number or anything like that. So as far as if you have any kinds of fear mindsets about that kind of thing, you control how much that person knows about you. You control the
Yeah.
kind of information that you give, so he doesn't have to know exactly where you live. He doesn't have to know your
hmm,
number, your email address. So it's safe in that way. I think where people get in trouble with online dating is they start divulging personal information too soon.
correct, correct,
So I was
correct,
like,
Hmm.
you knew him
correct.
2 days, why does he know where you live?
Why does he know your kids?
Right,
Know your
that's
kids'
too
name
much.
and
Yeah.
ages
Yeah.
and things of that nature. That's a
Yeah.
bit much right there. That we divulge so much information too quickly.
Yes,
And we
absolutely.
think that's okay. And I'm like,
Hmm.
no, that's not okay.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
Hmm.
yeah, Helen, you were right. You have to use if you're going to online date, if you're gonna do that, you have to use wisdom
Yeah,
Yeah,
in
you
doing
really do.
so. Just use wisdom.
yeah.
But I just prefer to meet somebody in person. That's my
I would
personal
like to
preference.
try it. I
Try
think I'm gonna
it.
try it and see if it's fun. I mean, just I just would
Chrissy,
like to see, huh?
Chrissy, I'm concerned. I'm concerned, Chrissy. I'm concerned.
The guy probably gonna be purple.
I'm concerned, Chrissy, because if that yellow suit show up online, I'm
Be careful. Just that's all I'm gonna say is be careful.
Oh my god, I cannot.
Ain't that yellow suit show up on live, baby? It. That's
Woo.
it for me. I am done. I
He's
am
probably already
done.
on a couple sites.
Right, right. And just
Lord,
waiting for Chrissy's picture to pop up.
It's gonna be a black people meet.
that one was a
Black
lot.
Black Planet.
That that one was a lot. He sure was.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, just use wisdom. But now
Okay.
let's jump into our topic for tonight. We're talking about what should a single Christian woman look for in a husband? What are the characteristics? What are the
Oh,
traits that she should be looking for in someone that she is going to be hopefully and prayerfully spending the rest of her life with? You all give us some wisdom, especially our audience. Let us know because we want to get wisdom from you too. So let us know what are some character traits that you think single Christian women should be looking for, believing for their husbands. Anybody want to jump in?
yeah. Where are married people? We need some wisdom. That's why I tried to put the post out to our married people as well, because they can tell
And share it
us.
on their page.
And
Yeah.
here's my thing. Yeah, I've been married before, and
Mm-hmm.
but I've been out the game for so long.
Mm-hmm.
And did you guys see my post? Because I'm about tired of family and friends. My post,
I did
you
see
know,
it. Um,
I'm like, they nudging me, pushing me. Look, if
Yeah.
I was near a flight of steps, honey, I would be going head first.
they want you to be happy.
Oh my
Do I
God.
not look content? I'm on an airplane. If you want to make me happy, put me on an airplane.
Well, maybe since you travel so much, they want you to have someone that
Yeah.
travels with you that you can see the world with and share
Oh,
those
that's so.
experiences.
Oh,
Experiences
woo
with.
woo. Look, oh, woo woo.
That'll be
She's like,
cool.
yeah, yeah, whatever.
Okay.
What happened
No,
to Mr. Ohio? I think he was in Ohio, was it? Sharon?
She's like, you say it too
look.
much. She's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Whatever. That must be another person.
Ooh, look.
I'm just
Ooh,
I'm just trying to see, I I want Sharon to be married this year. Actually, I want to see the
ooh.
both of y'all married by next year.
By when?
Next year.
Next, like this time next year? What you mean? Like
2020
before 2022 ends?
20
Look, look, Elijah, look,
2022.
Elijah. I ain't the woman that's asking for a baby. Look, Elijah, that ain't me. So you're not gonna put that by this time next season on me. No, 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 no,
Okay, well,
no.
well, here's the thing. If it is God ordained, I don't mind it. I'm not pushing against it. Hey, Shrell. She's got her
Oh,
eyes looking. You see
Shrell,
her?
I'm gonna need you to
Oh,
get off. See, this is
See, oh, Chrissy, you
uh
go owe Cheryl like $1 million.
I sure do.
yes,
Listen,
Chrissy. Chrissy,
I'm
you're
just
on
want
my
her to be
list.
happy. I'm just
You're on
want
my
her to be
list,
happy.
Chrissy. See,
I'm
here's the
I-
thing.
listen,
Oh, nobody there aren't a whole lot of people that know what I do, because when I move
She move in
like,
silence.
yeah, I move in silence, you know and I got to really like you and trust you, so you on my list now, Chrissy. But I got
You in trouble. You on the hit list.
oh my God. Oh Jesus.
no, but it's been so long, and of course I have family and friends that are just like, Sharon. And I'm like, what? you know?
Okay, well,
I,
let's ask this.
okay.
Since you have been married before, both of you have been married before.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to give me one trait that from your husbands that you absolutely loved, and then one trait that you wish they had that you would want to see if God would
Ooh.
give you or if you would be open for marriage again.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Sharon start on that one.
Okay, the first part is, What part now? A
What
trait
one
that
trait
you've
from your
had?
husband's that you loved? You absolutely loved that he was this.
Oh, that he was the oh, can I say that?
Go ahead and say it.
Whatever. I
Go.
don't know what it is.
Cause honey, baby, he was good. Yeah, praise the Lord. But I'm gonna say he was a good cook.
Okay, she said he was cooking real good.
He was
He knew
Oh,
the right recipes to
he was
cook.
yes, he knew the right recipes. He was a
oh
really good
gosh.
cook. So I did not have to cook, whenever he got home, he would cook dinner and, I was just responsible for taking it out, thawing it out and things of that nature. Mhm. Yeah.
Hi, it girl
And
Erin.
Oh Lord.
She is laughing at y'all.
Oh,
The favorite thing for you, Miss Chrissy. The best thing
whew, that was
that you
close.
loved about him.
he would do breakfast in bed. He would
Okay.
cook and then the feet massages. He would massage my feet, and
Okay.
that was
All
so
right.
relaxing.
Okay. Good. Considerate. I like that. Very
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah, yeah.
nice. All
Yeah.
right. So we should look for considerate, good chefs, great chefs, like Helen said, great chefs that are considerate.
Well, you
Okay.
know what though, Cheryl?
Uh huh.
Since I've gone on the show,
Mhm.
since I've gone
Oh
on the
yeah.
Worst Cooks of America,
Mhm.
I think I may do a little cooking now.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Look at you
So,
now.
so
So she gonna be
look, I
cooking
may,
too.
There you
yes, I'm
go.
going to be cooking too, because I think I got some recipes up my sleeve, honey.
All right now.
You can't stand that close to Bobby Flay and not pick something up. Praise the
See,
Lord.
there you
There
go.
Mm-hmm.
you go.
She got skills now. She got skills
I didn't
now.
say all that. I didn't say that.
I
You see,
did say
you
you
see
ain't
Leslie
say that.
comment.
You is a mess. Oh my
I'm
gosh.
sorry, Leslie. I gotta act right, Leslie on here.
Oh Lord.
Okay, so okay, so those are the great. Uh, Thank you, Sherelle. I like that. She's being
Yeah,
supportive. Yeah, I
that is
love
very
that. And for
important.
me, that
Yes.
would be huge.
That top. That's
Yeah.
top.
A man that's supportive,
Major.
especially me being as driven as I am with some of the things
Yep.
that I believe God has called me to do.
Yeah.
That's going to be big on
Mhm.
my list.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is someone that is supportive. So thanks for that. And anybody else, if
Yeah.
you all have some traits that you think that we should be looking for, feel free to drop those in the comments too, so we can share them with everybody. Um, I'm not married, but one of the um, best traits I had in one of the guys that I dated that I've never had a bad breakup, but he was a great listener. What?
Never had the bad breakup.
Listen.
I'm for real. I just, like
Oh
some
Love
people
that.
like, I broke the windows in. I mean, it was never nothing like. I never want to, crash the windows. I never want to slit tires, key their car, like none of that. It was just like, okay, they were great guys. It just didn't work between the two of us. We went
Yeah.
our separate ways. If I see them now, I wish them well. Most of
Yeah.
them are married now. So it didn't work. But one of the guys was an awesome listener. We could be talking
Hmm.
about something in
Yeah.
conversation, and he'd just
That's
do
good.
something I said. And I'd be like, like you'd be like, oh, he was listening.
Yeah, that's good.
Yes.
That's
Okay,
good.
That is.
I
That
like
is.
that. And not that
Yeah.
it was even like I was asking for something, but it was just like, stuff that comes up in conversation about things you want to do, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. And that he would just remember and do or surprise me. And so him being a
Yeah.
great intentional listener, let me say it like that. He was very
That part.
intentional
Yes.
Yeah.
in what he would call studying me and what I liked. So I
Mhm.
did like that. Um, and so the other thing, what did I ask? Things that you wish um, you would be looking for in the next person, should God open up the door, or should you decide you want to be married? What are some of those things that you would want?
Huh.
Um, I think for me, and I hope this doesn't sound wrong, but I think for me, and I'll give a background why I say it.
Mhm.
It would be um being able to reach that goal and be able to have more finance so that we can live
Yeah,
comfortably.
Okay.
yeah,
I
that's
think
important.
for me, because my time with Terry was cut so short,
Right.
we did not have that time to for him or for me to be able to hit that stride to where
Okay.
we accomplish things together.
Okay.
And we
Yeah.
definitely, and me, I don't mind being transparent. We went through some difficult times of
Mhm.
lights being turned off, or
Excuse me.
gas being turned off, or
Right.
car getting repossessed, and
Mhm.
things of that nature. And that's the part that people don't like to talk about,
Right. Right.
Yep. But
because of the
it's
mere
but
fact they want you to think that everything is really
It's
good.
good.
And we had
yeah.
but here's the good thing that I loved about Terry, is the fact that we went through those moments together. Was
Mhm.
it tough? Yes, but what we learned when that heat was off,
Mhm.
we learned that we needed to snuggle with each other. That
Right.
was that
That was
those
good.
moments that we needed to put the four comforters and blankets and
Mhm.
snuggle with each other. When the
Yeah.
lights were off, we knew that we could still have dinner together,
Right.
even if it were by candlelight. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? When the
Yeah.
car was repossessed, that means we needed to stay at home and talk to each other anyway. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
there were a whole lot of things that went wrong, but
Mhm.
it brought us closer
Closer.
together,
That's
and
Yeah.
good.
that made it better. I think because my time was so short with him,
Mhm.
I still got a whole lot of memories
Good. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
because of those moments. And so
Mhm.
I would say being able to have someone that could roll through moments like that
Right.
That's
with
Right.
you.
good.
And I can't even tell you that I wasn't tripping. Because there
Mhm.
were times that I was tripping, and he should have just sat me outside like Fred Flintstone and been like, you know what, you cannot come back in the house. I got the kids.
Uh-huh.
I'm putting you outside. But
Oh
but
gosh.
but that way he taught me what loving in spite of
Wow. I
really
like that.
meant.
Yeah.
That's
That's and
important.
if somebody asks me, they said, "What's the one thing that your husband taught you?" He
Mhm.
taught me to love, what real love
Okay. I like that.
actually is. I
Mhm.
mean, yes, I know that God teaches us, but when you have somebody here on earth
Right.
that can demonstrate that,
Yeah.
that when you
Mhm.
cutting up and when you all out there just being a hot mess, and
Mhm.
they still say, "Come on, baby, come on, I got you,
Yeah.
come on, I love you." Yeah,
Mhm.
that right there says a lot. That
Right.
says a lot. Yeah,
Yeah. I like that. I like that a lot.
Amen.
yeah.
Amen.
Awesome. Christy, did you have one?
Yeah, actually, kind of like with the well, with what Sharon was saying, the financial part is going to be kind of important to me this time.
Mhm.
It's not all, it's not the all out, but it's going to be
No.
important this time because I went through this struggle. I mean, two weeks into my marriage, I was the breadwinner, and my ex husband was not working at all for the whole 6 years of our marriage. He was not working, and I was
Wow.
taking care
Mhm.
of
Yeah,
everything.
Mhm.
yeah,
And that was so unexpected that it was gonna happen like that. But I was
Right.
literally holding it down. It's like the weight of everything was on my shoulders.
Wow.
So I would love to see that be a little bit different where he's financially secure.
Right.
Also, also someone that would make me the priority
Mm.
besides God.
Right.
yeah,
I would be a priority that he sees me as a gift from God. Someone I was
Mhm.
just saying the other day, Lord, I want someone that I could walk in the park with him, hold hands, and we could
yes,
just talk about
right,
anything. Someone that at the drop of a dime we could pray together. We could pray for each other or pray for others. Like this something that we'll do, or we can sit and have our own little Bible studies or just lie in bed and talk and watch movies and just even cook together because I like doing that. I would love to be able to cook with my spouse. And just those little small things. It don't even have to be nothing extravagant. Just
Mhm.
those little, or just playing together, or just doing some fun things together, just spending
Yeah.
time together.
Mhm.
That I really want to have from my spouse this time. And also, and what was also said, the support, like, with me going out and doing all these different things, or going to ministry and going there, I really want somebody that will support me, support my
Right.
ministry. Because I mean, if because what I do see a lot sometimes, I'm not trying to down anything, I see a lot of women, and I've even heard pastor wives say this, and I didn't know it. They said that they lost their self in the
Mhm.
marriage, because they spent so much time pleasing and doing what
Yep.
the husband needed, and
Right.
taking care of the children, and helping him build that ministry, or that they lost their self. And
Right.
to hear
Mm.
these women saying that, so it becomes, well, what does she like? Or they're forgetting who they
Who
are,
they?
because it
Wow.
was just because it was really been about trying to push him. And so everything that she desired and wanted was put way on the back burner. So I want a spouse that's going to be able, that we could push each other. He's going to consider my goals. He's going to consider the things that I'm trying to go and accomplish in life, like I'm going to consider him, and we work on it together.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
like that. I like that
I
a
like
lot.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sister Helen.
She
Yeah.
loved your story. That
Yeah.
was beautiful. That was
Yes,
beautiful.
most definitely.
Both of those. I love that whole aspect of um, looking for things that are foundational.
Hmm.
Um, that speaks to that person's what I call isness, just their
Hmm.
Yeah.
character. It's a part of who they are. Um, Everything else aside, the core of a person. I know for me, what's really valuable is someone that wants to a teammate,
Yeah.
someone that wants someone to work alongside them in
Yes.
Yeah.
life,
Yeah.
Yeah.
um, and doesn't see me as that sees me as me as a valuable
Yeah.
part of a team.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've been in relationships where, yeah, it's not so much that.
Hmm.
So that is big for me. That is big for me. Someone that
Yeah.
values my voice, values what I bring to the table, and that wants to build something together.
Yeah.
Not looking to
Yeah.
be nobody's arm candy. Not looking to be
Mm-mm.
just, yeah, not, yeah.
Yeah.
That should have been 20 years ago. But
Yeah. That part.
at this juncture, somebody to have fun with,
Yeah.
similar to what Chrissy was saying, someone to enjoy
Yeah.
life with. I have had some amazing experiences, being able to travel the world in different
Hmm.
countries, and it would have been nice to see that with through the eyes of somebody else that I was
Yeah.
connected to.
Yeah.
So when God connects me, I want to be able to travel the world with someone and see that together, experience
Yeah.
that
Absolutely.
with someone else. So that's something I'm looking
Absolutely.
for.
Yeah.
A partner.
Mm.
A partner. Yeah. Anybody
Yeah.
else? Y'all don't have no y'all were supposed to be giving us some
Y'all come on.
gems. As
I
Sherelle said,
know.
a prayer partner.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That that's
Oh
important. So I love the
Very
two of her
important.
supportive and a prayer partner.
Yeah.
Let's see what else.
but can I just
Yes,
interject in that
sure.
I want a prayer partner, but don't be laying hands on me and got me all greasy
Oh
all
my
the
God.
time. Now,
Wait, wait,
just go.
but
Wait a
I don't
minute.
know many
Just
men that pray like women. I haven't met them. I met women that want to have like 12 hour shut-ins, but men be like, Father, in the name, do it, Jesus. The men I have
mm-mm.
met, they're not like
I I have
tarrying.
seen I have seen some men that, honey, they pull on the horns of the altar, and next thing you know, they got the horns in their hand because they held on to it too long. And it's just like, look, dude, I'm gonna need you, and especially here's the thing,
Mm-hmm.
especially sometimes when you marry. or dating preachers or
Mhm.
Mm.
pastors or someone that's highly involved in the church,
Right.
then the
Yeah.
church becomes everything. And I
Okay,
was
their
telling
life.
somebody else the other day, I said that's one of, if you ask me, one of my regrets. I think that would be one of my regrets
Okay.
with my husband, because I was just like, oh, we got to be at the church, oh, we got to go to choir rehearsal, oh, we
Mhm.
got to do this,
Mm.
and I finally got the aha moment probably the last 2 years
Wow.
prior
Wow.
to him
Okay.
passing away.
Mhm.
Wow.
And but think about the times that I missed
Right.
when he would just say, "Hey, honey, let's stay home today." And I'd be
Mhm.
like, "Oh no, I gotta direct the choir, and daddies want us to be at the church, and da
Mhm.
da 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 da."
Mhm.
Right.
Not thinking that he just wanted to spend some time with me.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, but here's the thing. That was that mentality that I grew up with.
Right.
Yeah.
That was that whole
Church is open. You got
church
to be there.
mentality.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
that
was
you
gonna
got
say
to
the,
be
the
there. And
church
if you're
mentality.
not, yeah, if you're not there,
You
then
ain't
you're not
saved.
saved.
You
Then
don't love the
you
Lord.
know you don't know the Lord. You need to tarry at the altar.
Oh my
And
gosh.
you're not, when you don't show up, you feel guilty.
Yep. They
You
make you
know,
feel
and
guilty.
yeah, they make you feel guilty, and so
Yeah, they
I
do.
lost a lot of that with
Okay.
him. But I was so grateful that that aha moment went off
That's
prior
good.
to him 2 years or so, and I was like, okay, you said we're not going.
Mm.
Good. Good.
Look, the choir gonna be all right. They can sing a hymn, they can do
Thank
whatever
you.
they need to say. I don't need to be there.
So we have
They're
an
gonna be
assistant to help
just
out.
yeah, they'll be just fine. And so I think sometimes when we are very involved in the church,
Yeah.
Right.
we lose. That's why you say, Chrissy, when you hear First Lady say they lose
Lose
themselves
themselves.
because they get so involved and think that the church is the end all be all. And that's why I love
Mhm.
Tim Ross.
Mhm.
That's why I love Mike Todd. Because when
Mhm.
I say
Mhm.
they take out a month or two or
Yep.
three, they do whatever they need to do to go back and get refreshed and so on and so
There
forth.
you
They
go.
have those good moments. They
Good.
laugh, they get
Yeah.
on Instagram and Facebook, and they laugh and they have a good time, and you see them out. And that's what we need to see from pastors.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Showing us how to enjoy life.
Yes.
That part.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoying
We need
life.
that.
Mhm.
It's so
Yeah, enjoy
important.
life.
It.
Take me bowling. Yes,
Yes.
Yeah. Something
I
fun.
can bowl with these on
You
my
sure?
hand.
You
All
sure?
I'm
right.
positive. Trust me. I can bowl with it. Take me to play Pac-Man,
Yeah.
Galaga. You
Okay.
know,
Okay.
I, I take me riding on a roller coaster.
All right, roller coaster. Um,
I know.
I want to do paintballing. I want to do the
I've never
paintballing
done paintball before.
Me either, because I heard
and
it
one of the
hurt.
That's why I didn't
well,
do
yeah,
it.
and I want to swim with dolphins. I've been wanting to go swim
I
with
did
dolphins
that.
for a
I
while.
didn't
So
do that. I
yeah,
did stingrays.
stingrays.
I did that.
Okay, so I've been
Yeah.
so those things are still on my list to do, and I've been thinking just
Cool.
listening that we just sometimes we become too churchy. We do too much church, and it's
Yes.
all
Yep.
about church, and we forget
Yep.
how just to enjoy our life and to have fun. Because I even asked the question Sunday, and I just asked. I said, how many of you really are happy and you are enjoying your life? Out of
Mhm.
everybody in church, only two people raised their hands
Wow.
because
Wow.
we are we're
Wow.
just not enjoying. And I was surprised, but at the same time not surprised, because it's just people are not doing they just caught up in doing this church work,
Mhm.
just
Yep.
this and that, and nobody's really taking the time to just enjoy life and do some things that they really love.
Right. And
But here's
but
the
when you say
ask
that,
yourself.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was going to ask you, Cheryl, to do, but do we really give them permission?
Well,
Mm.
and when she said that, one of the first books that I ever wrote was called Becoming Engaged, Finding the Courage to Be Me. And I wrote that book
Mhm.
after an encounter with God when he told me I wasn't living.
Mhm.
And I was on my first cruise. I was in my mid
Yeah.
30s, go get that. I was in my mid 30s, and the first time I ever been on a cruise,
Yeah.
and we were coming into the port of Nassau, Bahamas. And if you've ever
Mm.
been to the Bahamas, you know how exquisite it is.
Oh,
Seeing all the
beautiful.
pinks and the greens and the blues,
Beautiful.
oranges of the houses and the water.
Mhm.
And I'm on that top deck of that ship and I'm crying. I mean, like
Yeah.
weeping. I ain't just like, it's just not like tears rolling out. I am weeping. And I
Wow.
didn't understand why I was crying at that time. And so I'm asking God, I said, well, God, why am I crying? This is so beautiful. Why am I crying? And I realized it's because it had been there all the time.
Yep.
But it wasn't until my mid 30s that I took the time to go see
Wow.
all the beauty that
Yeah.
God had placed over this earth that I just not had availed myself to. And then when God told me I wasn't living, he told me, he said, you've accessed salvation, but like most Christians, you have not yet accessed life. That's why John 10 and 10, the B
Right.
clause is my
Correct.
life script.
That's
He
good.
said, I came
That's
that you might
good.
have
Right.
life, not that you might
And
have
more
church. I
abundantly.
didn't
Yeah.
come,
That's
I didn't
good.
send my
That's
son
good.
so y'all could have
Yes.
church. I sent him
That's
so
All
good,
the
y'all could know
time.
Sharon.
what
Yes.
life is.
Yeah.
And I didn't know in my mid 30s what life was. And
True. So
so
Yeah.
true.
that's why I do 90% of the stuff that I do. That's why Church Girl Rants exist. That's why Church Girl Chats exist. That's why Church Girl Nation exists. Because people in the church do not know how to live. They do not
Yeah.
know that God came for them to have abundant life. We have
That
been
life.
sitting in four walls of a church thinking that that is all to life, and that is not what God died. That's not what he
No,
sent his
it's not.
son
Right.
for. He
Right.
sent
It's
him so
not.
Right.
that we could not just have life, but that we could be so full of life that we could replicate
Correct.
life in other
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
people. That they would see us living and like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
What's up
Yes.
with her? Why Sharon living like that? Why Christy living like
Yes.
that? What do they have that I don't have? I want that. But
Yeah.
we are
Yeah.
so busy dancing and shouting in church and not living outside the four
Yeah.
walls. We haven't shown them much to want.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they like, oh, they go
Yeah.
to church all the time. I don't want that. I
Yeah.
Yeah.
don't want that.
Absolutely.
But when you
Because
are
it looks
traveling the
boring.
world like Sharon does, when you are
Yes.
doing all the things that you are doing, they see why
Yeah.
Christ came and they want what we have. And we are the only ones that have the true giver of life. Um,
Yeah.
what does the Bible say? It says, the blessings of the Lord maketh rich
Make it
and addeth
rich
no
and
Yes. And
sorrow
addeth
to
add
it.
no
A
no
lot of times we
sorrow.
see
sorrow.
that blessing
Hmm.
as money, as finances. But no, that is Zoe life. That's what makes
Yeah.
rich.
So
And
true.
it doesn't have any
Yeah.
sorrow. So I can have money and I can
Yeah.
have joy. I can have peace because I don't have to be like these billionaires that are killing themselves, that don't
Mm-hmm.
like their
Correct.
family, don't like their parents,
Mm-hmm.
and whatever. Just we don't have to
Yeah.
be there. We're supposed to show them what life is. And I went on a rant right there, but praise the Lord.
No,
That
but it's
was
serious.
a
It's
good rant.
good.
Yeah.
It's very good. Because actually, I thought about that this morning. I said it's a lot of Christians when we know what the Bible says. I'm watching all of the. I'm watching the people who are not professing to be in church or and not saved or anything. They're really enjoying their life and they're going out there and they're living while a lot of us are sitting in church and we are miserable. A lot of people are just miserable
Miserable,
and
Yep.
they're not
pretending.
enjoying their life. You said it.
Correct.
They're pretending and
Yes.
not really
Right.
enjoying this life and going out and seeing the world and just taking advantage of all the beauty. And I remember when I started my women's ministry and I used it for a while as my theme for everything. There was this poem about women and it said, "The world is her playground." That
Mm-hmm.
means that God has
Hmm.
given us the whole world to be able
Yes.
to enjoy, but we sometimes want to just stay in a box. And so that's even to myself, the world is my playground. I want to get like Sharon. She just
Mm-hmm.
up, she's gone, and she is
Travel
all
girl.
over the
Yes.
place.
Yes.
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 And she probably be sleeping good on the plane at peace with a smile on her face.
There you go. There you go. Because and one of the things my mom said something um during, like, we were getting ready. Our church has been virtual
Hmm.
for all of the pandemic, and we were getting ready to regather. We were putting plans together before the Delta variant went wild. We were putting plans together to start regathering. And my mom said something while we were planning to do it. She said, "What if um, God caused, not caused, but allowed the pandemic to happen to make us rethink church, to
Mhm.
rethink how we do church?
Correct.
What if we
Mm-hmm.
aren't supposed to go back like we were there before? We are all
That
Correct.
preparing
was it.
to go back as usual. These we're
Yeah,
gonna
Yeah.
be
we
there
need to
Sunday morning.
change.
We're gonna do Bible
Yep.
study. We're gonna do Sunday school. She said, "What if that's not what He wants? What if He put a
Exactly.
pause
Correct.
in this so we can rethink how He wants us to do
Right.
church instead of how we have been doing church?"
Right.
And it
Yeah.
made me think, well, God, how do you want us to regather? What does
Yep.
that look like? What have we been doing that was unnecessary?
Mm-hmm.
Don't let us do that anymore. We don't have time to
Yeah.
do
Right.
unnecessary stuff. Like we just gonna come every Sunday because that's what people do all the time. That's what was
Same old
expected of us.
tradition.
It's the same old
Tradition.
tradition that they didn't even
The
Jews
same
didn't
old
even have that
stuff.
tradition. They didn't come to church every week like this. So
Yeah.
Yep.
what if God has given us time and space to ask Him?
Yeah.
What do you
Yeah.
That's
want
so
this to look
true.
like? What should we be doing instead of us deciding, well, we gonna go back, we gonna do these services the same way? Then what has the pandemic really taught us? What have we
Mm-hmm.
learned?
Well,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
think I think that's a very, very good question, Cheryl. And I think one of the things that we have to realize and understand is that we're how can we be a light into the world if we're stuck in a building?
Right.
How
So true.
how how do we, because here's the thing. While I'm on the airplane,
Mm-hmm.
while I'm in the stores, um whether I'm in a restaurant, my light is shining for Jesus because I can't
Yes.
tell you how many people that I have an opportunity to meet. It's not always, let me take you to this scripture or let me take you to that scripture. It's not that. It's just being kind.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
just smiling at somebody, and just to be able to connect with other people
Mm-hmm.
who are out of your circle,
Yes.
Yep.
True. True.
Yeah.
being able
That's
to
so.
connect with people who don't look like you, talk like you, or even think like you.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
So
They may
true.
not even be a believer, but does that mean that I cannot win them over with kindness?
Amen.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know? And so I'm like, when I'm out on these trips and on these journeys, thank you, Pearl. But when I'm out on these trips and these journeys, I'm meeting people in the airport. I'm
Mm-hmm.
I'm I'm
Mm-hmm.
watching families. I'm watching kids and things of that nature. But I'm also in the airport. If I see something, I'm praying. I'm
Mm-hmm.
praying at the same time in the airport.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
I get a chance to meet people. Can you just imagine how many gate agents that I have met, and I can end up in comfort plus and first class?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Upgrade.
But that's what I'm saying, and I don't do that just so I can get upgraded.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
just about the heart that you present. And
Right.
so
Yes.
we cannot just sit in the building. Yeah, sure, we are a body of believers and we should come together.
Right.
But we don't
Mm-hmm.
need to be in the church, for Monday night revival, Tuesday night tarrying, Wednesday night worshiping,
Too
Thursday
much.
night we tearing again, Friday night, we got the fallout night. Saturday night, you got this
Too
really
much.
sanctified.
It's
And
too
then
much.
Sunday we come back, so we can get all the worship. Come on, we don't have to do it like that anymore.
Right.
And I think that that's what God is trying to show us. When are
Mm-hmm.
we going to go out?
Yeah.
We get so mad when people leave the church. Why? Because we're supposed
Mm-hmm.
to. Why do we get mad when people leave the church? We're supposed to leave the church. We're supposed to go out.
Mm-hmm.
We're supposed to go out. So why do we
Yeah.
get angry when, people are, oh, they left the church, they must be mad? No, it may be that God has told me to go out and do some other things, or
Right.
it may be that I could have just outgrown your ministry, and
Mhm.
and what I need to learn now, you're not teaching at this particular juncture.
Right.
That's
It
true.
could be
Very
that.
true.
But at the
Very
same
true.
time, we all have a ministry and a call on our life.
Yeah. That's
So we
true.
we have to, you're right, Cheryl. What
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
he's saying change it up?
Yes.
It's not
And I
gonna
think
look the
he is
way you
saying that.
thought it was gonna look.
Yeah.
And and just to add, because I know we done got so far off subject, but
Oh
and
man, we
I
done went
think
somewhere
listen,
left, but this
listen,
good
Oh, we
left.
listen.
doing good though.
It's a
Yeah,
good left.
yeah.
Yeah,
But I want to add this. But I think he is saying that because with me starting my own ministry, I had it all written out how I want to have the order, and God spoke to me. He says, like right in the middle of service, He says, if you just let me take charge of your service, you will see something amazing happen. And
Right.
so
I
for these
love
yeah,
last
it.
Sundays, even on Sunday, I still had my little thing. You got to let it go. Trying to get off of it, but
Mhm.
all of a sudden, service just flipped, and the worship, my musician, he also sings. He just went in.
Mhm.
He literally is over there doing the worship, which took us in. Then he went into, I don't know what was happening, because he said he had never did that before. It's
Mhm.
like he brought the message. I
Mhm.
didn't, and I had a message, but
Mhm.
he brought the message,
yeah,
and all God had me to do is call a prayer line and
Mhm.
lay hands on people. Of course I had my mask and stuff on, but and lay hands on people, and God slayed them out, and we was done.
Mhm. Awesome.
And God said, and it was like He was saying, if you just allow me and
Right.
stop trying to have
yeah,
this order that got to go like this, you got to have this happen, you got to have it, and just allow Him to take over. He's gonna, because He's doing something new in this season. He really is,
yeah,
and I
Yeah.
believe in my heart that's why He's called so many of the generals home, because He's
Mhm.
doing something new now in this
Right.
season.
yeah,
Well, and
yeah,
when my mom said that, um, the the last several months I've just been thinking, and it's almost like God asked for His church back.
Mm.
That we have been seeing this as our church, and
Mm-hmm.
so we do things our way, and so He
Our
shut it
yeah,
way.
down. Well, no, you're not gonna do nothing.
yeah,
You're gonna do this the way I say you're gonna
Yeah,
do it, or you're not gonna
the
do it.
way, the
And
way.
so,
yeah,
and that's the people who are sensitive and open to hear. But
Yeah.
what
yeah,
is your way? We've been doing it this way for the longest, but we haven't received or reaped. I think the totality of what we're supposed to be seeing
That's
in
true.
ministry is because we've been operating off of our own ideas, off of our own
yeah,
little, blueprints that we've received, like
Yes.
grow your church 10 ways, bring them in, and we've listened to all of that instead
Uh-huh.
of like listening to the man like that gave his life like for us.
yeah,
Like,
Yeah, yeah,
maybe we
yeah,
should pay
yeah.
attention to what he wants. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, let's and that's what I'm hearing. If we give God his
It's
church,
church back.
he'll
yeah,
grow his
yeah,
church. We don't
yeah,
have to grow his church.
We don't
We
have to
don't
do
have
it.
right,
to do anything that we are doing. I remember it was right at the genesis of the pandemic, and I was listening to Bishop Jakes, and he made a statement. He said, "What I have learned is how little God needed us."
Mm-hmm.
He didn't need us. We were doing all these
yeah,
No.
programs. We was doing all these conference, and so God shut it down. I was like, I really don't need that.
Yep.
right,
Yep. Yep.
All
Yep.
this
right,
extra stuff that y'all running yourselves ragged. Y'all having nervous
So true.
breakdowns. Y'all having 12 services a week. I don't need that. People don't
right,
need that to hear me and to come to me.
Yes.
If you
Yes.
would
right.
just lift me, I will draw
Yeah.
them. Because we
I'll
can't
draw.
get them saved
Come
no
on,
way. They
girl.
have to be, led of the Lord to come. So all
Mm-hmm.
these little machinations we do ain't drawing them nowhere, because can't nobody draw but God.
Amen.
So if we would
Yeah,
just get out the way and just let him draw, let
yeah,
him draw.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
This not our
Yes.
church. We don't have no say in it. We don't have no stake in it. I didn't believe nothing for nobody.
Yeah.
So
right,
yeah,
right.
this has been a really big lesson, I think, for those that will hear. And just I think when
Mhm.
people hear, and I think I see so many people that are, so many ministries that are hearing it, and
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to see them because God is causing them to flourish, and God is
Mhm.
sending souls, and it's church unusual. It's not what we've been used to,
Church
but we got
unusual.
to
Yeah.
be okay with being doing what God wants to do instead of what we feel
Yeah.
comfortable with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And I think that
Mhm.
when we get to that particular point, Cheryl and Chrissy, I think that's when the men will be loosed and we may see some
bring it
husbands.
back in. You saw how she brought that back
That's
in.
what I
Let's
just.
circle back.
That's what I
Circle
just.
back.
Oh my God.
Well,
Yeah.
and
I,
that's
I
so
think
true though.
but I think that's when we will see that difference when people are given permission. Now they know that we can live and we're still saved and we still love the
Yeah.
Lord and we
Yes,
still are called and we still have ministry and things of that nature, but we don't have to stay in the church house for 24 hours 7 days a week. And so
absolutely.
I'm just like,
I
okay,
I can't
so
do that
maybe
anyways.
now.
I can't.
Look, maybe now
I
they'll
can't.
be loosed. Men, thou art loosed.
Loosome,
Oh
Jesus,
God.
loosome.
Look, husbands, thou art loosed.
And
And
maybe he
I'm
had to
just
free
hoping
us
that he's
too
not
so that we
watching me.
can come
Yeah,
together.
because I'm sitting here thinking, well, I hope he wasn't thinking that I'm too churchy. You know what I'm saying? And that he,
I know I'm super
so
saved. I ain't even gonna lie. I know I'm super saved. I'm gonna make me a shirt say super saved. I'm super saved. I know it. I have stopped denying it. Yeah, I'm not in denial anymore. I am super saved. I am.
oh
I just,
God.
yeah. Pray for me.
Yeah. I think for me, I have yeah, I'm doing what you said, Cheryl.
Mhm.
Just that John 10 and 10 cause B.
Yes.
I mean, it's I'm finally at a place of peace and just living life and
Yeah.
Awesome.
comfortable in who God has said I am and
Mhm.
who I see in the mirror looking back at me.
That's
Yes.
good.
Because
Yes.
that used to be two different people.
Right.
All right.
Right.
That was two
Mm-hmm.
different people for
Yes.
a minute.
Mhm.
And now I
Excuse me.
look and it's the same person and I like both people.
That's
Good. I
good.
like that. Good.
Yeah,
Good.
Yes, that's
and
good.
so it's just like when you can get to that point, then, and then now I guess I'm supposed to be open to, you know, and letting people come in. Somebody, on Instagram, somebody, made a response on the post, uniquely me, the one that was
Mhm.
uniquely me on Instagram, made a
Yes.
comment on the post that I put out. And she said her 12-year-old, I think great niece or something, always is questioning her about
Mhm.
when she's going to get married or whatever. And I told her, I said, I I did not realize that I was desperate and discontent. I'm sorry. No,
Well, and like
nobody
I don't
told
think
me.
they think that. I think they want that for you. Now, whether you want to, you because you gotta want it.
Yeah. Yeah.
They want that for you. But if
And
you don't want it,
I thought
then
that was sweet, but I was just like, am I discontent? Am I supposed to be?
no, you're supposed
It's
to be
not
happy and
working.
loving life and
Yeah.
enjoying your
Right.
singleness for as long as
And
you
I
want to be
figured,
single.
Yeah.
well, I just figured that as I'm on my way,
Mhm.
then he'll come on by the side and then whatever, or if that is the case. But
Right.
I'm like Paul, in whichever state I'm in,
Yeah, being content.
therewith to be content.
Yeah.
I'm thankful that,
Mhm.
I had the experience with Terry.
Right.
I am,
Yes.
and I'm glad that he was the first one that I had that experience with.
Right.
I'm really glad about that. And it wasn't because it was just all peaches and cream.
Right.
Because it wasn't. Sherelle, peaches and cream. So she don't know what I mean. But yeah, but it taught me so much.
Mhm. But that's
It
good. You
it
learned
it
some real valuable lessons that
Yeah,
Yeah.
should you decide that that marriage is something that you desire again, that'll just make you even more valuable to
Yeah.
the man that God brings to you if that's your choice.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
he'll get a
Yeah.
gem and a jewel, a treasure.
Yeah. All that fussing and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
No.
one other thing I like to add too that's going to be important, especially for the women that's watching who wants to be married, is not just if a guy's interested in you though, don't watch if he's trying to change you, like he's
Okay.
trying to make
Mm.
and mold you into what he wants you to be, because there are
Okay.
some men that they can be manipulative in that way. They're sweet, they're kind, they'll whine and that they'll do these things, but
Mhm.
they want you to, like, it's everything about what they like, from the clothing to this to that. They, I
Okay.
mean, because then it's like they're trying to undo who you are. And so
Right.
you got to be careful, because there's a lot of women that get caught up in that. I've seen some. They get
Mhm.
so caught up in the way the man wants them to be. Again, they lose themselves, and it's like they forget who they are. And I'm watching them, who they were like this strong woman. Now
Mhm.
they are like this little weak woman who don't know what she's doing, because the man, because she's trying to please this man,
Right.
she's forgotten about herself.
Who
Because
she
some women do
is.
get to that point that they get a little desperate, that
Yeah. Yeah.
they're gonna do certain
Do
things
what he
because that's
says.
what he, yeah, it's like what
Mhm.
he wants to, and do what he says. I mean, of course, you want to please, the person you're with by doing certain things. If he like red, if he like red lipstick, buy the red lipstick, get them red pumps, those kind of things. But don't let
Don't let him
but
change
don't let them
you. I get,
don't let them
yeah.
change, what I'm saying, change your
Yeah.
whole, like, and then it's like everything that you used to do, you love to do, now you don't do it because of him. And I've seen some people get caught up in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lady persons, they want you to conform to their religious behinds.
She said,
Oh, I
No,
"Oh
man.
love
God,
that.
And then so Helen says,
don't
"Don't
use
lose
your
your
identity."
identity. Don't lose your
Yeah,
Absolutely.
identity." Yeah,
yeah,
Absolutely.
that's important. Um, and that's a good characteristic to look for in a man. A man who values who you are now.
who you are. Yeah,
Who you He
Hmm.
loves who you
who
are
you are.
more
Yes,
Correct.
than, or better. Let me say this better. He likes who you are. Because
yeah,
Yeah.
my prayer has always been not that I just marry a man that loves me. I want to marry a man that likes me.
yeah.
Yeah.
And somebody I like to, like, if we weren't even romantically involved, I like who you are
Mm-hmm.
as a person. We
Person.
could just kick it
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
if we weren't even involved. I want to not just love you, I want to like you.
Like
And I
you.
want the same too.
Yeah.
And so if he likes who you are, he's not going to be trying to shape you and make you and mold you as who he
Correct.
thinks you should be.
Uh-huh.
He already likes who you are. So that's
Mm-hmm.
important.
Yeah.
Um, so everybody, thank y'all for all of the wonderful discourse. We have enjoyed it. We always have so much
Yeah.
fun on our church girl rants. And so we're going to ask you to
Yes.
do us a favor. If you enjoy church girl rants, we want you to share this with a friend,
Please.
a few friends.
Please share it. Please share
We
it.
are believing God that He is going to bless the earth with this show. And so
Yeah.
we're just going to ask for your help to help us get the word out about it. We are here every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, which is 7 p.m. Central Time. We jump on here for about an hour. Sometimes we go over, as you see tonight. But we're doing good tonight, though. Because usually it's,
Hmm.
yeah, usually it's. But so just share this with your friends. We will be back on next week.
Oh,
Looking to.
Cheryl, we got a comment.
Oh, and I got to go, which is why I'm wrapping up. I'm so sorry. Um, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do this real quick because actually I do have an appointment. Let's see.
Oh, she got a date, y'all. It ain't a it look.
Girl, whatever.
I'm
No,
just
it's not.
I'm just
So, do y'all believe when it's that time for you to meet that special person, no matter if you are one to be in the house all the time, that God will have you go to Walmart or to the gas station or whatever we meant to be when it's that time to meet them, no matter what? Because I've often heard you won't meet no one being in the house. Well, it's hard to meet someone in the house.
Yeah,
Like we said, unless
very
he
hard.
is the Uber guy, unless he is Domino's, Uber Eats, or
Grubhub,
your
DoorDash,
Grubhub,
Instacart.
the postal guy, who's coming to your house. So you have to be out and about.
You have
I'm not
to.
saying that God is not going to send you the Grubhub guy, but chances are
You could
that
meet
it
them at the
won't
gas
be
station.
that person. So if you are relegating yourself to your house and then saying that you believe in God for a husband, you're not operating off your own faith.
Yeah.
um, because you have to be in the flow to meet people. You have to go where people are to meet people. That's like you
Yeah.
saying you want a friend, but you don't show yourself friendly. You don't go where you can
That's
meet
true.
friends so that you can get new friends. That doesn't mean you go looking for somebody, but you make yourself available. You go to the
Yeah.
grocery store, you got to eat, unless you're doing
Yeah.
Instacart. You go to work. Uh, I guess you go to
Maybe.
the mall,
Unless somebody working from
working
home.
out. There's so many
Yeah.
places to meet men. You have to
You
go
got to
where
get out
men
there.
are if
Yeah,
you
because
Yeah.
want
you may
Look,
not
to
meet them at
meet
your
men.
mailbox.
here.
It'll be one in a trillion chances that you're gonna meet them walking to your mailbox. One in a trillion.
Look. Here's the crazy part. Okay, and then I ain't gonna say nothing else. Bathsheba had to take a bath. Think about it. See, Selah.
Sharon,
We're gonna just leave that like sitting right there.
Sit.
you know
Let
what?
it sit.
You gotta get out. I'm just gonna say it. You gotta get out. You have to show yourself
Oh God.
friendly. He might not be at church. He might not be at church. So
Okay.
make it easy on him. Make
He
it
could
easy
see
on
you while
him.
you're taking your bath, like she said.
I don't
If
want
you
you to be on your
Hey,
rooftop taking baths
if
and
you
hey.
leave the
looking for
She
if you
King
she
leave
had
the
to.
David
window
and
open,
uh,
if you leave the window
because
open.
Hey,
Bathsheba
she
was
got out the
somebody else's
house,
wife. But anyway, I'm just gonna throw that out there.
but she got out the house.
Just
Just saying.
but yeah,
Oh my
anything is
God.
possible. But God
Can I add
expects
one more
us to
thing?
put actions to our faith. You can say this, and then I got to go for real.
Okay, no, I just want to add. I wanted to add it earlier when we were talking about all of this, like with the story of Ruth and Boaz. I always thought about this. So she really kind of put herself in his path because, especially when she went and laid by him, and we talked so much against it, but she went and laid down by him. So does this mean that I'm okay to go lay down by him?
No,
Go lay down.
go lay
Lay
down.
down.
No. Now she was instructed
I know.
to do that by her mother-in-law. Um, yeah, because that was in their day. That was a sign. Now you can lay down by whoever you want to, Chrissy. You can. Whoever you feel like you
I'm
want to
just
lay
saying
down and
because Ruth
give
did
them a
it.
sign as to
Ruth did it,
your
and it
intentions.
worked. Ruth
Uncover
did it,
their
and it worked.
feet and lay down.
Yeah. Lay at their feet.
That's what I'm talking about.
Uh, it was a setup. We all know that. Yeah, Naomi set her daughter up, or
Hmm.
daughter-in-law up for marriage,
Yeah.
and but she did. Thank you, Helen. She said she did make herself available, and
Correct.
so we don't know what
See?
happened that night because the Bible was silent about what happened the rest of the evening.
As my mama would say, BDS, Bible don't say.
Bible don't
It
say.
sure,
So we're
it
not
sure
going to
does not.
infer. Our bishop used to always say, "Well, the Bible is silent. We will remain silent too." So we don't know what transpired, but we
After
do
she laid
know
at their
that
feet.
she got married. so, so look for good men, ladies. Look for good men. And if you joined us late and you didn't hear the topic when we were actually talking about character traits to look for, you might
We
want
had a
to
good
watch the
conversation though.
replay
We
because
did.
the end of the show kind of we went somewhere else. How we was led of the Lord. But go back and watch because we did
Yes.
list several traits to look for in a mate. So check that out and be sure to join us next week at 8 o'clock. We'll be right back here on Facebook and on YouTube and share this broadcast tonight. If you haven't shared it, I don't think we asked you all to do that. Share it with someone that you love. And we will see you all next
And somebody that
week.
may look at us and go, "Oh, she pretty."
Or they might see your comment. And be like, who is
Oh
she?
yeah.
Yes. Mm.
Let God work.
Look, vote. Mm.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.